We're going to be getting a vintage RC car back on the track. And in this video, we are going to be getting this one back up and running. This is a I don't know what car. And if you were in this hobby back in the day, I'm sure you probably had one of these. I got the chassis here. This is a Team Associated RC10 carbon chassis from a friend. I have no idea what parts are on this thing. Part of it are from a World's car, from a bit's from a I don't know what. I think it's got a slipper clutch from God knows what. So we're gonna go through this thing. This is not gonna be a restoration. This is to get it back out on the track. So we're gonna be upgrading some servos, putting a brushless motor on it, get this thing cooking. Now, if you wanna check out another build more a restoration, I'm gonna be doing that with my RC10T. Now, like I mentioned, this is going to be a Resto-Mod, not a restoration, which means all of the old original electronics are out of the car. They actually weren't in the car, and we're going to be going with all modern stuff. This means a brushless motor, brushless speed control, high torque servo, this fancy aluminum servo arm, which didn't work, so I had to switch it back out to a plastic one, but that's fine. But once I got everything mocked up and satisfied that everything was going to work correctly, then I started the teardown process. Tearing down this car really brought back a lot of old fond memories. The last time I raced this car was probably about 30 years ago, and every little part on this car has a story that's been stored away in my brain that I'm kind of remembering now. I remember getting these little purple titanium screws from a friend of mine. Everything that I crashed, the reason why I have a low C slipper clutch on there popped back into my head, and I even remembered that I got this car as a trade for a skateboard, and my parents were pissed. The first thing I chose to rebuild was the stealth transmission. And if you were an RC10 guy, you know stealth transmissions did not actually come originally on these carbon chassis. This chassis was re-drilled for a stealth transmission. The reason I did the transmission first was I figured if there were any problems with anything, it would be in the transmission because I couldn't see what was going on in there. I was very fortunate that when I popped this thing open, everything was in order, and I took another little trip down memory lane. I found one of the original instruction manuals where it actually has a little tips and tricks from some of the original racers like Halsey in there. It was really cool to go back and kind of read those. But like I said, I was lucky that the transmission actually was all in great shape and went back together very smooth. Next up was pulling everything off the chassis, and this is where I ran into even more little fun memories of losing parts, not being able to afford to buy parts, and scavenging things out of my dad's random assortment of hardware. So I've got random stuff holding my steering linkage on there that really shouldn't be there, but somehow it worked. When I'm done doing this, it'll actually be replaced with correct stuff. I had a little bit of a debate whether I wanted to upgrade to modern shocks or stick with the old ones, and I did decide to stick with the old emulsion shocks. These were actually in really good shape when I pulled them apart, so I didn't have to replace too much inside them, just some of the O-rings. What I did do, however, is I did upgrade to the modern bleeder caps that allow you to bleed these things with the cap closed. Most of the nylon parts on this car were dyed a long time ago, but some of them were not, and those have yellowed. So we're doing the hydrogen peroxide tinfoil in the sun trick to whiten up the wheels, so the old wheels will match with the new wheels that we're going to be also running on this car. I did re-dye all of the black parts, however, I then accidentally deleted the footage of me re-dyeing those black parts, so that doesn't exist anymore. There were other parts that no longer exist, like the bumper, so stuff like that did get 3D printed, so I would at least have a bumper to protect the carbon chassis on the car. Now, with all the parts dyed, the transmission rebuilt, those wheels sitting out in the sun, and the shocks rebuilt, it was time to reassemble the car. Now, when I reassembled the car, I took my time on everything, and I went through any of the shafts that were bent, I pulled out and replaced with new ones, and other ones that were not bent but just dirty, I cleaned up and polished. So everything should move real nice once this thing's back together. Remember at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that this thing had a low C slipper clutch in it. I really don't know why, but I did find in all my parts an original associated stealth slipper clutch, so I swapped the clutch back out to the original clutch. I really don't remember why this thing wound up with a low C clutch on it, but at some point it did. Now, whenever possible, I did try to use as many of the original parts as I could. I don't have all those original purple titanium screws. I really wish I did, so some of them had to be swapped out with newer stuff. But most of the parts that I put back on this thing were original, or at least in my collection of old stock that I had sitting in the garage from all the other cars that I basically destroyed over the years. Now with the chassis and the drivetrain out of the way, it was time to turn our attention to the electronics, and when reinstalling the electronics, I actually went through and cut all the wires and trimmed them to length, so that way we didn't have a lot of excess slop running around the car, making the whole install a whole lot neater. The whitening of the wheels did come out really well, but there was still a little bit of staining I didn't get out of them. I am still going to run these old wheels, but I did pick up a set of new wheels and brand new tires from Proline, so now I've got options. I can run the old vintage stuff or some new stuff depending on my mood. Unfortunately, another thing that I cannot find that I think may have gotten thrown out a long time ago were all of my original bodies. So I got a new body from JC Concepts and painted it up somewhat similar to one of the bodies that I ran back in the day. And after condensing a couple weeks of evenings into a 5-minute video, it's time to take this thing out for a rip. Now I'm itching to get this thing out on the track, but it's been 30 years since I raced one of these, so it's going to take some practice time before I'm confident getting this thing out there. Now if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel out and helps me do fun projects like this. If you have any comments, leave them down below, hit that thumbs up button, and of course, thanks for watching.